Okay, this is a demonstration of my prototype for a rocket launcher using an Arduino. And this is the Arduino, and currently I have it rigged up to drive the LED display matrix directly. And what I did was I took out three rows of pins so that I could free up 3 lines on the Arduino to use for input and output for the other components of the project. But otherwise it's identical to my older LED driver that I had the entire matrix hooked up. And I created my own 4x5 font, which is a little weird but still readable and good enough for the prototype. Hook in some power here, and it's a little hard to see the LED on the camera, but you can sort of make it out. It says launch system ready, and this is the initial state. And you notice down here what I have are 2 LEDs, and this is just a potentiometer. Because I'm, trying to utilize all the inputs, and they're all utilized right now. So what this does is allows me to select between basically 0, 1, 2, and 3 binary, which corresponds to 1, 2, 3, and 4, the pad numbers that I'm going to line up here. And I only have enough hookups for basically one other button, so this is going to have to act as my, arm button, launch button, reset button, abort button, all of those. So what happens is I can select a pad. We'll say this is pad 2, and pushing this button will simulate flipping up the rocker switch, which it will be a safety covered rocker switch, which will arm the pad. So when I push the button, the display says pad 2 active, please clear area. So now this is no longer active. You can't change the active pad once this is set up. Now there will be a reset button which will allow you to reset the system, but for these purposes the only thing I can do now is go ahead and push this button, which is the launch ready signal. And if I have more outputs, there would be an alarm going off to alert people that the countdown is ready to begin. And so we're at this state, and if I press the button again, you'll see it starts to count down. And once it reaches 0, it will basically be in a launch state, which is signified by this green LED being lit. And that will activate the relay, which will launch the rocket. And you can see that the display now goes to launch from pad 2, so saying that the rocket was launched. Now, if I hit this next state, it basically goes back to the original state. And notice the LED reset because it's tied to the potentiometer. This will be a rotary encoder, which will not reset the pad number on there. And this will be, of course, replaced by a 7-segment LED. Let's go to pad 3. Another function is that if I can actually interrupt these messages anytime and go straight to, now skip to the countdown. Another thing is the abort. So in the middle of the countdown, you can abort the countdown because you probably want to do that at some point. So now the countdown is aborted, and then we could go back to the initial launch state. So that is my small prototype of the launch system, and what I need to do is eventually replace the driver of this with I'm going to use a shift register to run this, as well as another panel. These will be replaced by a 7-segment LED The potentiometer will be replaced by an encoder, a rotary encoder. There will be more buttons, and of course there's only one LED to show the launch, but it will actually control 8 different pads. So that's it.